The field site in Trinidad that I've given the pseudonym El Mirador is quite far from any major urban centre. People from the town pride themselves on having quiet country life, they're close to the beach, and family and community orientation is seen as extremely important. Yet, when we look at the visual postings of the people of El Mirador on Facebook, they can also be described as being typically Trinidadian. Because of Trinidad's history, where modern society was based on slavery and indentured labour, a distinct logic of dualism has emerged. One aspect of this logic is transience, which revolves around the values of immediacy and the street. It involves a sense of bravado and overt sexuality, and this kind of used to be called boldface, and is based on appearance that is judged on each and every occasion. This all expressed a sense of freedom, since such aspects of a person refuse to be controlled or placed within a hierarchy, and they are celebrated by the festival of Carnival. By contrast, on the other side of this logic of dualism are the values of transcendence, which are about long-term family projects, education, religion, morality and domesticity, and which fully express the desire to create roots and belonging to the land, and is fully expressed in the festival of Christmas. So the point of this explanation is that the photos that populate Facebook, for example, show exactly these sets of values. We should also note that not all Trinidadians celebrate the festivals of Carnival and Christmas. However, the cultural logics behind what these festivals represent are also present throughout the year. Let's take a young man from El Mirador as an example. Throughout the fieldwork, it was extremely important to spend time in the people's everyday lives, doing what they do. Nishant is extremely active in his community. He is a youth leader in his Hindu temple and held several leadership positions at the Rotaract Club. On his Facebook profile, there are photos of his Rotaract activities and events at his temple, as well as photos of him with his friends at pre-carnival parties, fetes. Nishant says that his posts show that he is a rounded person, where religion and community is important to him, but also freeing up and having a good time. Spending time with people and doing what they do is also really important for understanding how people socialise when they're not on social media, as well as looking at what they do on social media. Another example is Sharon, who is one of the designers of one of the masquerade camps in El Mirador, where they make costumes for Carnival. Unlike in Italy, where women post about family life after they are engaged and married, in Trinidad it is completely acceptable for a woman to show herself with home and family, as well as at fetes and Carnival. Some examples of profile photos show mothers still dressing and posing similarly to how they would before they were mothers, emphasising attractiveness and not motherhood. The visual posts of people in El Mirador can be grouped into genres that reflect the logic of dualism. Some emphasise style, drinking and having a good time, they show branded goods and fashion, and then others show family, religious sentiments, and moralising around relationships. And when these very different genres often appear on the same person's profile, it can look quite extreme without context. Spending extensive hours with people, doing what they do, participating in what is important to them, and then embodying the way that they live, gives a tremendous amount of insight into social life as it is lived. Doing this kind of research is an invaluable way of understanding the expressive power of social media photography and to see the kinds of ideas that are at play, such as the logic of dualism.